All right, class, we're just going through the slides here. Um, and this is just in case you missed class, just going through what we went through in class. First off, start off doing this um, entrance ticket. Is just if you click on this picture here of the ticket, it's a link to an entrance ticket, just a question about your civil rights knowledge. Then we, go through that. Our week is looking like obviously the same. We have our class schedule. Whenever your class is set for class, that's when we'll meet. Office hours for our seventh graders. That's going to be 12:30 to 1 Tuesday and Thursday. So make sure you show up for that. Um, our schedule. So we're talking about the lessons this week. Keep going through the lessons. Um, and I am going to post later this week a video on your project, which will be for next week. But for now, just focus on the lessons that are posted in Google Classroom. All right, we went through a two truths and a lie in class, and then we went into discussion groups to talk about what you're considering for your project. So this would be, just this will be filled out once class gets finished. Then here's just a brief kind of overview video of Martin Luther King and kind of the civil rights movement in general. So that's a nice little overview video you should do. You can check out this Kahoot. We probably did it in class, but you feel free to do it on your own, and I might actually assign it as a student-run Kahoot, so you can complete it whenever you want. This exit ticket, though, you need to do. It's a Flipgrid exit ticket, and you are essentially summarizing your lessons. So make sure you do that, but you don't have to do it until you actually finish the lessons. Let's see here. There's lots more to go through. So let's actually jump into Google Classroom. As you see, this too shall pass. I guess that's talking about the coronavirus, but let's jump into Google Classroom, and here's what you have. Sorry, that is the wrong Google Classroom. It is this one. So your instructions, it's basically what we just went through, but you're going to go through the civil rights movement lessons. Please read the description, but essentially, okay, there's 4 lessons. What was America like leading up to the civil rights movement? Because what we study is the kind of 50s and 60s as the civil rights movement, but it's a lot more than that. Please go through at least all the required links. Go through all of those. If you'd like, there's additional resources. I encourage you to check out the additional resources. So check those out. And then read this question and summarize all of that, all of what you've seen, in exactly 28 words. I want you to use the exact number of 28 words because it forces you, as we've done earlier this year, but it forces you to pick every word very carefully. Certainly not using any filler words and making each word count. So please do that. Next thing, for the actual civil rights movement, again, I don't need to say actual civil rights movement. Civil rights is a movement that's been going on for all of human history. So, but the one we're kind of focusing on in America does tend to be from 1954 to 1968, as your standards tell us it is. But again, go through the required stuff here, additional resources here, and then exactly 39 words. I think you see the pattern. This specific lesson is about court cases and laws and acts that were passed, so government intervention in civil rights, including the Civil Rights Act of 1964, the Brown versus Board of Education. You probably heard of that one. The Equal Rights Amendment. That was not as publicized, but that was an amendment that actually never went through. And technically, well, I guess it couldn't really go through anymore. They'd have to do some stuff with it. But anyway, check out those. And then 46 words for your summary there. And then the last one is more about gender equality and kind of our recent things. Obviously, we're not getting into crazy amount of what's happened in the last couple of years because we're still figuring that out. But I encourage you to check out more resources even than I posted here and let me know what you find out. Thanks. Good luck.